Wilson, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, brother? Very good.
Good to
What's
hear.
your name again?
I'm sorry.
What is your name again?
Luke.
James? Luke?
Yes, I'm just gonna hold on. Just trying to hear you a little bit there. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm actually using I'm at my girlfriend's place, so I'm not in my own office. So I'm a little thrown off with the computer and everything. I had
Don't
to.
worry, bro.
But yeah, man. So are you currently in Vegas at the moment? Whereabouts are you?
Yeah. I'm right here at the UFC fighting hotel. We're here. I'm here with to corner my teammate, Jessica Penne. She's gonna fight this weekend. So we're just here, man, quarantine. I'm about to go work out with her in a little bit. So everything's good.
Yeah, I remember I watched one of your stories, I think, and it was you and Angela, I believe, and a couple of
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess do you normally corner a lot of your teammates? I've seen you corner like Angela before. I've seen you corner some other people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't corner very much, but my closest friend, and teammates, I'll definitely do it. Angela, there's somebody that corner every fight, and Jessica now, and I have other fighters, my teammates or my brothers, if they need me to be here and help them cut weight, even if I don't be, even if I'm not going to corner them, but I like just to be there fight. We can make sure they have everything they need.
That's great to hear, Wilson. I'm kind of, it's interesting. I watched you have Angela, who's got as the great stand up. You're kind of like the ground guy, and then you have someone else.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what the plan was, or?
No, not really. It just kind of happened. It happened with just like teammates. And so
Yeah,
that for Angela, definitely one of the reasons she brings me along, and just because I have a good jiu-jitsu and I have wrestling jiu-jitsu that can kind of not only help her, give instruction during the fight, but at the same time, fight a week, just help cut weight and train and stuff like that. But in MMA, my expertise, in fighting is definitely the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and then the wrestling takedowns. So I try to help my teammates as much as they need.
hmm And with Jessica Penne, give me a little bit of insight. She's got a hell of an opponent on Saturday,
Yeah,
Lupita Goodness. I had her on the podcast. I mean, I got to see her last fight. I mean, she
yeah,
brings a war. So, what are you expecting out of this fight?
yeah, man. I'm definitely confident. About my teammate Jessica, and she's going through so much, but she definitely got her head like back in the fight game, and she's been very focused. Like we came here about 3 weeks ago, to fight, and the girl popped for COVID, so we have to head back home and kind of like regroup. But she's looking really good, man. She's been doing really good in sparring. And when it comes down to just she just believe in herself and really like beat this girl up because I believe she has everything to to shut this girl down.
Well, and I think too, she's got a little bit, I think, a veteran aspect as well, a little bit of advantage
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
And
that definitely helps.
oh, 100%. And that talking about being a veteran, I mean, so, you obviously you're not with the UFC anymore, but is it kind of like rewarding to be able to come back and be involved with the UFC, cornering some of the fighters that are fighting under that promotion?
Yeah, man. For me, like even I am not fighting UFC. Like, I mean, I love the UFC. I love everybody
Mhm.
that works with the UFC and everything. So for me to be here, I mean, it's definitely a treat. I love being here, being just an environment, in atmosphere and the UFC brings. So I'm definitely happy to be here. And I always had a great relationship with everybody here, and also it's definitely it's a good time for me.
Yeah, and I think that I could totally understand that. Yeah, it's always it's always good to be back for sure, being under the same kind of spot for sure. But enough about her. I want to talk about you now.
For sure,
so
bro. Let's do it.
um, so I remember I read something on your Instagram. You were supposed to have a fight booked for April 10th, but I didn't find anything about that. So did the fight get canceled?
Yeah.
What happened?
No, man, unfortunately, the fight the fight did happen. I lost. Yeah, it was Saturday night in Mexico City. It was one of those things. Man, I got caught early on in the fight. I got knocked down, I don't believe I got knocked out because I mean, like I was like, as soon as my body touched down, I definitely got dropped. And then
Mhm.
this Brazilian kid, man, the guy was like really, really good. I can't say anything about the guy, but the guy, man, the guy was good. He got me with the shot that wasn't like, it was literally 30 seconds in the fight. And then he dropped me, and then I believe the referee was a little premature. He shouldn't stop the fight. He stopped the fight. And I wasn't out. I wasn't like like out. Like I maybe the way that I fall is kind of ugly, but right away I regroup and I went to half guard and everything, and then literally the guy stopped the fight. So one of those things kind of little like like bittersweet. And it is like just fucking sucks, man. Like it was a great show. It was a good day, man. I was feeling good. One thing I did not like was it was a lot of sitting around. I know it was a really long time. Usually you go to the arena 2 3 hours before the fight. This time I was there for 7 hours, so I felt like kind of like like it was a little just like they had their second event, so there's things for them to do better.
Mhm.
But one thing I was told to be a certain time, I was professional being, and I was just kind of sitting around for too long. But that was on me, because then my opponent has to kind of go through the same thing. But I felt that kind of had a little bit of effect on me. I was a little pissed off and a little anger. But so that came along, I got dropped, and like I felt that was a recovery, and I was able to continue to fight. But unfortunately, the ref called it. So I lost on my record, man. But I feel good, man. I feel real good. I don't get concussed or anything. I feel like now
Yeah,
just like back to the drawing board. What's that?
but you're still feeling okay. Like everything's still okay in that.
Yeah, yeah, I feel okay. I didn't break anything. It was one good shot. It is what it is, man. Like for me, just like this sucks balls, especially for me. I'm trying to get back into the big shows, and this loss is definitely kind of delay things. But it is what it is. So back to the gym, back training. I'm here this week training and help my teammates. And next week I'm gonna back home, back to my camp, back to my training schedule. So I'll feel a little better. And I'm definitely gonna run it back in a couple of months. For sure.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel so bad because I couldn't find anything about the fight, so I'm thinking it had to get canceled or something.
Yeah,
The internet's full of lies here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
It's okay.
but talking about that fight, what weight did you fight at? Were you still fighting at flyweight?
No, that was actually a catch weight fight, 140 pounds. Yeah,
Okay.
catch weight. Yeah.
And
Catch it 140 pounds, yeah. So that I am actually like fighting 135 pounder now, 135, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say because you fought at flyweight for so long, at
Yes.
least under the UFC banner, and you were obviously among the top 125ers. And I look at you and I'm thinking, this guy's fucking huge. How are you cutting to 125? Some of your teammates I've talked to, they said, man, Wilson, you train with the guy, man. The guy's massive. I don't even want to roll with him.
Yeah, man. I was always like, like really good kind of weight, and just kind of like when
Mhm.
the when the time comes to like diet, and just kind of be disciplined. I know how to do it, so making 125 is definitely like, I just had to be very disciplined and follow my diet plan and everything. And I never miss weight, man. I was always smooth.
Mhm. But kind of looking at a positive outlook here, though, you looking over your career. I mean, you've accomplished so much, and what would you have to say has been your favorite moment of your career so far?
Man, my favorite moment, it was definitely making to the top, like, be the title challenger twice, because the first time I was fighting Dimitri 2016, and he got hurt, and I was able to get back in a spot 2 fights later, and fight Dimitri. The fortune the fight didn't go as I wanted, and I lost the fight, the title fight versus Demetrius. But just to live that moment, man, it was such a high in my career. And then just for me as an athlete, like on a personal side, everything was the same. People, my friends, nobody changed. It was always the same. But then just to live that moment at the highest in UFC was definitely for me is something that I'll never forget. But that was something that I really like. I really like to remember. So just fighting UFC, man, and every time I won a fight in UFC, it's such an amazing moment, you know. But being fighting for a title, you know, the fight week for the title shot, fighting Demetrius, the wins and everything was amazing. You know, even though I lost the fight, you know, like the fight, but it just the everything with the moment, you know, was amazing. It was, and even the fight that I lost was a huge learning moment as well. You know.
Obviously, you fought so many killers in the UFC, and even you went and fought, Mighty Mouse, which I think everyone knows how damn good he is amongst a lot of you. Um, a fighter I had, we talked about how some fighters need to, it's not so much your record that always means everything. It's about who you fight and where you fought. Do you believe in that?
Yeah, no, I do believe in that. Yeah, yeah, I do believe in that, and I definitely felt that was right there. You know, but when it comes down, man, you know, like a fighting is such an unpredictable thing. You know, like things can change real quick, and even like I was prepared to fight one fighter, and then he just overcome that. Man, he's so just amazing. You know, amazing fighter. You know, and even though I lost the fight, there's so much things I took from the fight that helped me in my following fights. You know, after that.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're so known around the world. I mean, like you've been a jiu-jitsu, you've won a jiu-jitsu tournament back in 2004. You're a world jiu-jitsu champ. You've fought in for a title, you've fought in for other titles. Like you've been out there and you showcase your skills. You show that like I'm one of the best flyweights in the world.
Yeah, yeah, and then that's for sure, man.
Do you find like you've never really been one to kind of be the trash talker? You've always just been kind of humble guy, in my opinion. Do you find like sometimes people need to they don't do you feel like some fighters don't need to trash talk to just show and just showcase their skills and build their brand that way?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely believe so. You know, like you know, everybody's different. You know, I think like a lot of people, if you know, they do so well. You know, the trash talk and then the crazy personalities and everything. Some people they are like that and kind of help them be like that. You know, but I think I never want to be the guy to fake being like that, and I'm actually not like that. You know, I feel like I am what I am, and people know who I am. You know, and so I don't want to like be a fake trash talker, man. No, I feel like so like for example, like Conor McGregor, that guy, he just the king of the game. He know how to do it, you know, and he always backed it up. So like like I feel there's a lot of he already work a type of individual that can very confident in the way that he speaks about himself and you know and that makes it so for me I was always a confident person but I know when we starting I started in Brazil back with judo and early on in judo we were taught so different to be disciplined to not talk to be very respectful and I went to jiu-jitsu but then early on in judo I learned so much because I started when I was a kid so I kind of always had the personality man kind of quiet just like him and just the best man wins, and then it always was like that for me.
Hmm.
So I do wish I would talk some shit, and I do wish some people would start talks like no, just talk some shit to me. 'Cause that'll be easier for me to do it, but it just never happened.
Of course, of course. I just wanted your quick thought about it because obviously you're not fighting under the UFC banner, so I think you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you got your chance to fight under the Reebok time where they had the Reebok deal, and you had to wear some of the gear. What's your thoughts? I mean, you're gonna be cornering Jessica Penne, and she's gonna be wearing the Venom gear. So, what's your thoughts about it? How do you like it? What's your thoughts on it?
yeah. I haven't really seen the gear yet and anything, but I mean I do. At the end of the day, for me doing it better, like if I was somebody fighting in UFC, I'll be more concerned, and I do not know what is the deal for every individual fighter, how much they're getting paid and everything. I just wish they're getting paid what they deserve, or at least the same amount of money that Reebok was paying them because it was a good money, especially nowadays it's so hard to get sponsorship. So that money comes in handy to help your camp and everything. So there's one thing I hope make sure my teammates are getting taken care of with the Venom deal. But at the end of the day, man, I believe they're gonna come out with some nice gear, so I'm not really concerned about that, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually like it, but I don't really see much difference. Like I think they kind of came out with the same
They
style.
kind of copy, right? Yeah, kind
I
of
think
that. I
it's
think it's
with
the kind of copy a little bit.
because the shorts that you would have worn, they still have they got the UFC on like right at the front of the shorts, and then you have your last name on the left side, I think, and then they have like the logo of the UFC, whatever. So I think they kind of stuck with the same thing, and I think it's a good transition for sure.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think it's a good transition for sure. Yeah.
Hmm. So obviously, I know you just had a fight. Obviously, it sucks. It didn't go your way. So how quick do you want to get back in there? Like, how eager are you to get back
Yeah, man.
in it?
I'm definitely gonna like. I'm actually. I talked to my manager today. Soccer Punch, Brian Butler, and he's amazing, such amazing human, amazing, manager to us. And I told him the situation. He understands. So hopefully, I told him I'm ready to go. Yeah, July on. So hopefully July or August, September, I can get something. Definitely gonna be. The mistake that I think I made in this fight was come a little bit hard and come a little bit lower hand. So I'll make sure I fix in my following sparrings after this, and then just just one of those things. So hopefully get back out there as soon as possible.
Hmm. Do you believe there's some fighters that talk about when they're preparing for a fight, they talk about I don't spar. Do you believe in that?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like maybe I do not believe. Like I think that some guys man, sparring just like that's where you get the timing, and as well, most importantly, you get the condition, for a fight. So I feel that sparring is extremely important. Maybe when you've been fighting for 10, 15 years, you don't have to spar as hard because you've been sparring so much in your career, But I think for me, at the end of the day, I love sparring because that's one place I know it is like rolling jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna time. I'm gonna study this guy. In sparring, it's the same thing. There's how you perfect your ability. So I feel there's like I
Yeah.
love sparring. Sometimes it's a bad spot. Maybe you get hit a lot, but but it's not the goal. My goal at least is not to spar to get fucked up or fuck somebody up. My sport just to learn and get some like a real answers. Like I mean, when you punch somebody, you move in your head, you're going under, you strike and take the guy down. I feel that's when you understand the range, and that's when you know your takedowns, your ground and pound and everything. So at the end of the day, man, everybody's different, But I feel like sparring is extremely important.
That's awesome, man. I know that you just had your fight. I asked you, how quickly you want to get back in. But talking about, I mean, have you ever thought about doing any grappling tournaments or anything like that? Doing any grappling shows at all?
Yes, for sure, man, for sure, for sure. I'm definitely gonna be, like especially right now, while I'm not fighting for the next few months, I'm definitely gonna be looking to fight to do some tournaments. Now the IBJJF just started back to the tournament, so if I can just do some tournaments with them and maybe get some super fights,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're gonna work on that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to see you get back out there for sure. You know what, Wilson? You've been a pleasure having on this podcast. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're flying out with Jessica Penne and your team. Again, it's been a pleasure having you on, and good luck cornering the fight on Saturday.
Look, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much, and thanks for having me on the show, man. And I hope we talk soon. Take care.